When I first came to Provena United Samaritans Hospital, I felt very fortunate because there was a lot of opportunity for growth. And one of the things that initially we did was Kathy Reardon, who at that time was our grant writer, came to me with the possibility of getting an $8,000 grant from the Susan G. Komen Foundation for Breast Health Education. And I got excited about that because I was able to see how what we do, that we do so well, could be sort of not only used in terms of education of our community, but also in a way to help market what we do and do so well. So we successfully wrote for the grant and got the $8,000, which allowed us to put together a campaign to help women see the importance and understand the importance of early detection. The way we did that was we worked with our existing survivor network. So we have a New Horizons survivor network, and I was again fortunate enough to have one of the ladies who is in the network work for me. So she helped me get the ladies together. We filmed them for a commercial. They were on our ads. It was just a really powerful marketing campaign, but also a big educational opportunity for the ladies in our community.
The breast cancer survivors in it were really excited to be a part of it. I still have them today come up every once in a while and ask me if I have any extra of the postcards because their grandma wants to see it or whatever. About a year after we had finished this campaign, I was told by some people at the corporate office and by Kathy Reardon that all the grant writers were getting together to write a grant for the entire system for the Ticket to the Cure funds from the state. And they were basing the grant application on what we had done with our Susan G. Komen campaign, the Stop Breast Cancer for Life campaign. So happily, we got the grant for the entire system, and the other ministries then duplicated, at least in newspapers, what we had done, using local breast cancer survivors to remind women to get their mammograms, to have their self-exams. Our pot of money that came to us, we used to create a DVD. Diane's vision the entire time had been to have a program where actual breast cancer survivors went out to groups of women in the community to educate them about the prevention, detection, and then what happens once you are diagnosed. What are your options? What are the different types of biopsies? So they worked with the corporate video team to do the DVD and trained various survivors from our New Horizons survivors group to go out and educate people.
There was a portion of our community that was not being reached that needed biopsies on what was known as microcalcifications. We invested over $150,000 in a stereotactic table. And we did our research, which showed that the prone table, which means the ladies lay on their tummy, would be a better investment. Our surgeons, our radiologists agreed, and the investment was made, and we have found that has made a huge difference in offering this service line to women who have to have biopsies. From there, we realized that there was another segment of the population that was needing additional studies, and the MRI breast at that time was becoming a very popular recommendation for those women who have a strong history, and they also have maybe a previous cancer diagnosis, and they just want to make sure there's no migration or there is no cancer cells in the opposite breast. So we invested in a new MRI that would allow us to do breast MRI in addition to many other things. And we also realized that once we could find it under MRI, unless we wanted to send that lady to surgery, we would have to invest in the equipment to do the biopsy while they were having the MRI. So that's what we did. So now we're able to offer a full service line for women who are diagnosed with breast disease. And we're hoping that as we move forward, we're able to offer an area where it's safe, secure, private to our ladies who come to us for diagnostics.
It's amazing to me the number of women diagnosed with breast cancer. Since my diagnosis, which will be 5 years this June, there have been 2 women in our very own department diagnosed. I have found this an opportunity, however, because there are women that come to our department for a mammography or for a biopsy who are very scared. The mammotechs notice this, and they will come to me and ask me to come and speak to these women. And it's been a joy for me to be able to share my experience and to let them know there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and that they don't have to be afraid to go through this. And at that same time, I'm able to offer our services with our support group and invite them to the support group, which many of those women have come and attended our group.